If you've ever pictured yourself as that future version of you, you know that version, the confident, successful, financially stable version, the version which you daydream about, but you find yourself wondering, how? How do I bridge the gap between where I am now and that version that seems to constantly elude me? Well, if that's you, then you're in the right place, because today I'm going to walk you through a 4-step process that will guide you towards making that vision a reality. Now, while this process might just be 4 simple steps, it is something that my clients have seen life-changing results from. That can be from earning more money to getting promoted, or even just having a better relationship with their partner and their kids. By the end of this video, you will know the foundational steps to take right now to close that gap between who you are now to that version of you which you dream about while you're stood in the shower. Step 1 is to get really clear on your goals. Now, stay with me before you click off this video, because it's the same thing that every other coach on the internet is saying. Please hear me out. I want you to be able to understand this a bit deeper without me going too deep. So first up, this isn't just about big sweeping statements like, I want to be successful, or I want to live a better life. It's about getting specific. And the second thing is, it's not just about writing them down and then sitting there trying to meditate your way to success. Once you know what it is that you are after, you then need to drive, you need to push those goals, those visions deep down into the lower parts of your brain by creating visuals, by engaging the different senses, creating an emotional connection, and starting to act and become like the kind of person who can achieve these goals, which we're going to get into to step 2. But here's the thing, if you only write your goals down, it's going to lead to disappointment. So for a moment, think of this first step as creating a roadmap for your future. So break it down into different areas of your life. So you could be thinking about health, relationships, finances, career, personal growth. What is it that you want to achieve in each of those? For instance, instead of thinking just, I want to get healthier, try, I want to exercise 3 times a week and have a balanced diet. Instead of, I want to earn more money, think, I want to develop an additional income stream within the next year. The more detail you have, the clearer your path forward will be. Now, let's talk about creating that future version of you. Let's take those goals that you've written down. I want you to imagine that you're already living them, or you've already achieved them. What does your day look like? How do you think? How do you feel? How do you behave as this future self who's achieved these things? How are you interacting with other people? How do you spend your time? Who are you helping? What are you doing with friends, family, or kids if you have any? Whoa. Okay, I know that you just hopped onto YouTube and you didn't think that you'd have to sit there putting this much effort into watching a video. So look, this is a task that's well worth you doing, but even right now, watching this, to make this a little bit easier and not so overwhelming for you, I want you to take something that you have to do today. Then I want you to apply that future version of you that's already achieved your goals, it's already living this future version. How would they go about tackling this task that you have to do today? So what you want to do is all of these things, all of these goals that you have, I want you to visualize this in detail, and I want you to write it down. If you are financially secure in your vision, you're probably making wise investments, maybe even getting financial advice. If you've got this vision of picturing a healthy version of a future version of you, imagine how you'd feel. What are your routines like? What kind of choices would you be making each day? If this future version of you is a business owner, it might be that you're talking to people differently with the conversations that you're having. It might be that you're holding yourself in a different way. You're investing your time in a different way. This isn't just a daydream. This is about creating a really clear, compelling picture of who you are becoming. Then I want you to give this future version of you a name. Could be like Balanced Ben or Confident Claire. Now it's okay, you don't need to make the name rhyme or have the same first letter, and you can take that tip from the amazing Anthony. Now, to be honest with you, this step of writing down all these things, clearly writing down how this future version of you would be acting and behaving, this should take you a little while to do. Don't just brush over this thinking, oh, this will do. This is something that you really want to sit down and spend the time really doing this, really crafting it out so that you know what it looks like. There is a lot of power in knowing what this future version of you looks like, because that future version of you knows how to overcome the problems of today. So step 3 is where we get a little bit introspective. We now take a look at where you are at now in relation to those goals. So think about your current habits, routines, and beliefs. Are they aligned with your visions? Or are they actions and behaviors and beliefs that are holding you back? And you've got to be brutally honest with yourself here. Maybe you're working towards financial independence, but you're a bit of an overspender, or maybe that you want to get fit, but your daily routine leaves little room for improvement, or you keep leaving that thing out of going to the gym. That's the one thing that gets pushed to the side. Maybe you want to start a business or get promoted, but you're wasting time doom scrolling on social media when you could be using that time to learn new skills or creating a business plan. This step 3, is really about identifying those habits, beliefs, and routines that don't serve your vision of the future you. Then, like you named this future version of you, I now want you to name this current version of you. Could be like Lazy Larry or Moaning Mike, not to be mistaken with Magic Mike. So now we're at the all-important step 4, defining the gap. This is where you bridge the distance between your current self and then that future version of you. You need to be looking at where your current habits and behaviors diverge from what you've visualized. What adjustments need to happen? Maybe your current self feels limited by self-doubt while your future self is confident and decisive. You might have to start small, but by challenging that limiting belief so you replace it with a more helpful one, and by introducing tiny little habits, what you'll do is you'll find that you bring yourself closer to that future version. Now, if your future self exercises regularly, you could just start with maybe like a 10-minute daily walk, and then you build it from there. If I was to really simplify this down, from this point forwards, any decision that you make, you need to ask yourself, what would future version, name of you, do? So what would future you do? It is that simple. Yes, you're going to have to be really disciplined with yourself, and you may fall back into old habits on occasion. But by having all of this written down in front of you, and also having the visuals, the visualization around this, be able to be used as a reminder to also bring awareness back around what it is that you need to do to be able to get back on when you find yourself slipping. Now, as I mentioned before, you need to make this as real as possible so that it's at the deeper part of your brain, the part of your brain that really deep down then understands what it is that you're trying to tell it that's important. So you need to engage the senses, you need to create emotion, you need to surround yourself with the right people. You are in charge of programming your brain, so you've got to make sure that you are programming it with the right information. I want you to think of step 4 as building a bridge between who you are now and who you are becoming. Every small adjustment that you make, every small change is one little step across that bridge. So if you found this video helpful, then please make sure that you check out some of the other videos on the channel. My goal with all the content that I put out is to help people live a life less ordinary. I've also got a great free training called Break the Ice, where I will guide you through a simple 3-step process to start a conversation with anyone in any situation. The details for that will be in the description below. But that's it. Becoming your future self isn't about one big single transformation. It's a process of intentional changes. Start by defining your goals, then visualize the future you, analyze where you're starting from, and then start bridging that gap. Every step you take in the right direction brings you closer to that vision. It brings you closer to that new reality. I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more tips on building a life filled with confidence, purpose, and success. Until next time, see you later.